So this next topic is Falcon and Winter Soldier. Now, this show, um, I really wasn't looking that much forward to it after WandaVision, which that series started off so poorly, and I was on the verge of kind of giving up on it. But I love the material enough, and I love the MCU enough to they build enough good capital, enough good credit with the audience to survive a couple bad episodes to start off a show. Now, I really, really liked overall the way WandaVision was, even though it was very disappointing at the end. But I thought, okay, the way that was didn't really seem like they were gonna give that many real consequences in their TV shows, as Kevin Feige said. Nothing big's gonna happen in these Disney Plus shows. They want to save all the big major things for the movies, which makes sense. But then it kind of also undercuts, the shows. All right. And when it came to Falcon and Winter Soldier, I thought, well, based on what he said, based on how I liked, for the most part, WandaVision and how that series ended, I thought, well, I don't know if I'm really looking forward to Falcon and Winter Soldier. But after watching the first two episodes, this is great TV. I mean, from the first episode, from the first minute on, this show has, I think, surpassed already what WandaVision dreamed of being. I love this show. The first episode was great. The second episode was great. I love how the whole legacy of Captain America, of Steve Rogers, is just like this big cloud over the show, and it really is becoming sort of showing how Bucky and how Sam are trying to handle this legacy and giving up the shield, because remember, he gave it to Sam at the end of Endgame, and in the beginning of this show, he doesn't want it. He's thinking about what he's going to do with it, and he ends up donating it to, was it to the government or museum? But then, not that much longer later, he ends up, he's back home. He's there with his sister, who's, dealing with their own things, and he's doing his family thing. He sees on the news that they got a new Captain America. This guy, this random dude who looks weird, right? And it's funny because this character is played by Kurt Russell's son. So I remember seeing him in the episode of Black Mirror. Really good actor, but I just think he looks goofy as hell as in the Captain America costume. He and his, I think it's was like a first sergeant, or I think a sergeant major, who is there with him, who becomes his little sidekick. I think what was it? Battlestar, I think it was. So it's Captain America, like Diet Captain America, and Battlestar, and they are trying to be like the new Captain America and Bucky, and I don't know how well that works exactly. I don't really. I'm somebody who kind of sees it through the lens of how Bucky and Sam are seeing it in the show, where they're looking at the character like what the hell is this? This is not Captain America. This is disrespectful to the legacy of Captain America. What are you guys doing? But the subtext there is, well, there's like a whole other story, where this guy is, he's like the first person ever to have 3 Medal of Honors. He, his body is studied by MIT. He's like this physical marvel, and and this really smart guy, and he has been recruited by the GRC, which is cannot remember the name. It was like the something repatriation council. That they're kind of handling stuff worldwide after the blip, after everybody disappeared and then came back. So I guess there's like this big crisis with all these new people back. So how are we going to handle all these? Half the population got wiped out, and half of them show up again. So they're going to need a lot of resources, a lot of money, and they're the ones who are sort of funding and dealing with this new Captain America. So that is also mixed in with a story of Bucky and Sam going after these flag smashers, this sort of like loose sort of group that wants to have things go back to the way they were. But I really, really like it. I really like where they're going with this. I really enjoy the angle they're going. It's definitely more down to earth. How they were talking about like the big three, aliens, robots, and wizards, and they're really self-aware in the show, and that's what I like. And they're definitely kind of showing how there might be these super soldiers out there. They don't really fall into robots, aliens, and wizards. So now they're trying to handle this group, which they perceive as bad guys. Which, I think right now the show's kind of teasing them as, are they good? Are they bad? Maybe they're bad, but they have good intentions, or we perceive them as bad. So maybe it's just about your perspective. Though I'm kind of thinking that the GRC is going to end up being the ones that we think are the bad guys at the end, and this group is kind of going to break off and become good guys. Maybe, I don't know. That's where I'm kind of thinking is going to happen with the show going forward. A very interesting part about this is they definitely go there when it comes to the whole race issue. We have the great, the Captain America. They had a black Captain America in the comics that I think is about 20 years ago. But his name is Isaiah Bradley, and that character is here in the MCU. That's a character that Bucky and Sam went to see, and he's somebody who had it out with the Winter Soldier in the 50s, and who was able to hand Winter Soldier his ass in the 50s. Now he's a lot older. Maybe his version of the super soldier serum wasn't as obviously as potent or as good as as Steve Rogers, because the scientist who made it for Steve Rogers, and he was the only one, he ended up dying right after. So how the government is, they try to redo it, redo the formula. That's how we got the Hulk, with Bruce Banner. But this guy Isaiah Bradley, he has a version of the super soldier serum, and he's sort of a super soldier, a lot older. And it's a funny thing, he is a guy who isn't a stranger to comic book movies or even superheroes, because that actor, oh god, I can't remember his name. He played a superhero. I remember watching the show when I was little. There's a show called Mantis, and he played like this scientist who was paralyzed, and he created like this exoskeleton suit and became like this crime fighter. And it was real scientific, real like science fiction-y, and was it early 90s? I think it was. But I enjoyed the show. I still remember it. I mean, when I was young. And he also he voiced Martian Manhunter in the Justice League cartoons. So this guy's definitely no stranger to these types of shows or movies. And I think it's pretty cool. We have another super soldier that's possibly good. I mean, not possibly good, but possibly in the fight here, because I'm guessing he's probably going to show up again. This might not be his only time he shows up. I really would have wished. I really wish they would have shown maybe a short clip of him beating down on Bucky in the 50s. When they talked about how, he took Bucky's arm, and just wanting to see if Bucky still had his arm, the Winter Soldier. He's one of the few that actually survived battling the Winter Soldier. So they definitely build him up, and that's pretty cool. So I definitely want to see more of that. The show's definitely on a really good track, and I'm looking forward to next week to see what happens. Definitely recommend the show for whoever has not seen it yet. So tell me what you guys think about the show so far. Falcon and Winter Soldier, has it lived up to your expectations yet? Or are you sort of maybe like not so much into it because you're looking forward to maybe other properties? I'm really liking the show. It's really good, really great acting, really great fight scenes. It's the MCU, so you know they definitely put in the effort. All right, guys. Now tell me what you guys think about this show. Tell me what you guys did. You guys like it? Are you, are you somebody who watches this, every night when it comes out on the was it on midnight, or do you guys wait till uh, like during the day on Friday or maybe even Saturdays? Because I know a lot of people like to just watch it as all at once, just binge it when it's done, or some others like me, I'm about Thursday night at midnight watching this show. So let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments below. All right.